Hello, good evening. Just like promised, I want to start by telling us that the English language we talk about is something very, very unique. With the English language, you are able to interact with people from all walks of life. English language gives you a confidence to attract, the confidence to interact. So it is not just learning English alone. It is not just learning to pass English alone. You need to learn and to understand English language. There are lots of errors that has been embarrassing, that have been embarrassing and disgracing people, superstars, politicians, and almost everybody, because we think English language is just so easy. As long as I say you understand it, and that is all. There are places we can be free, loose in our English language. But there are places we need to be strict and to follow the rules of language, lest we will be disgraced. So the topic itself, the subject is English language. English language. Now, there are things we say and there are things we do. There are things we describe. So English language or any form of communication to be reasonable and effective must contain the noun, must contain the verb, adjectives, and the rest of them when we deal in parts of speech. Now, for instance, in a human communication, the first time we meet, there is this need, excuse me, there is this need to greet. Simple compliment. Nowadays, people don't understand how to approach people. Even greeting nowadays is fading away. So, in English language, there are topics that teachers have to be polite and things that could be impolite. So, to be a perfect gentleman, to be a civilized person, the civilization is not all about reading and writing. That is different. But in the former aspect of life, communication is very important. When people come together, let's say you have about 10 to 15 people seated, and among these 10 people, let's say 6 or 7 speak the same language, and the remaining 3 speak different languages. You will find that the more will dominate that very arena, the more will dominate the place. Hence, the speaking of vernacular, people speak their language because they have met their people. So, this ought not to be so. Anytime we come together from different places, different religion, different background, different languages, the formal language is English language. So, when we meet, for those who are very, very primitive, who don't really understand English language, even greeting is so difficult. So I will start with common greeting in English language. Like in the morning, you say, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. You can see that? Good morning. Now, this good morning is attributed to everybody. But in the real sense of it, the way you greet adults should be different from the way you greet the younger people. Let's say you are a man of 35 and you are greeting a man of 20 in the morning. For instance, you just want to be that free and friendly. You say good morning. But if you are greeting someone who is much older than yourself, you have to consider gender. When we say gender, gender, this gender talks about sex. It's gender or sex. Gender talks about male and female. Male and female. So when we consider the gender in greeting people who are more advanced in age than us, you bring in sir. Good morning, sir. Here. Good morning, sir. That is for a man. For the female, the woman, you say, good morning, ma. That's for a start. Simple greeting. In the morning, good morning, ma. Good morning, sir. For those who are older or of the same age with you, or the same class with you, status with you, or people who are in big positions in the office. It doesn't matter their age, as long as they are in that office and they are superior. You greet good morning, sir, or good morning, ma'am. These things should not extinct in our culture, and the human culture should not extinct. Because now, what is in vogue is that people no longer want to greet. Children greet adults and omit the sir and the ma. It has been replaced with either uncle or auntie. These are so different, so different. They are different perspectives. So, in the morning, to greet an adult, if it's a man, you say, good morning, sir. And if it's a woman, you say, good morning, ma. And mind you, the simple logic to this is that you know your position. Some jump, like yes, I say jump, because you cross your boundary. You are greeting an elderly man. Good morning, sir, how are you? Now, when you say good morning, sir, and the person says good morning, there are polite ways of saying how are you if he is not the one bringing it first. I hope you are doing fine, sir. And he might answer, yes, I'm doing fine. And how are you? And you say, I'm fine, sir. In the same way, if you are greeting an elderly woman is older, you say, good morning, ma'am, or ma, she will reply, good morning. And if she so wish to know your affair, how you faring, she asks, how are you doing? And you can say, I'm doing fine, ma. And if you wish to know the state of the woman, because you want to show more care, you could put it this polite and say, good morning, ma. I hope you are doing fine, ma. And she will gladly say or respond, yeah, I'm doing fine. And how are you too? I hope you're doing well. So simple compliment, greetings. That is how to start a communication. Any communication without formal greeting is not complete. It's not complete. So this evening is all about greeting. I said, for a language or communication to be effective, there must be the sender and the receiver. That is, two people or more must interact before there is a communication. And in interacting, we have to consider gender when it comes to the compliment, how we approach, how we greet. For the men, we say sir. For the women, we say ma. For those who are older or in senior offices. So, greeting is very, very important in the human interaction and communication. So tonight, I believe we have known and have learned how to give a simple compliment, how to greet in a formal way by considering the gender and considering the status, either an older person or a younger person. So, the same way, in the afternoon, you use the same pattern, and in the evening, you equally use the same pattern. So, to start an effective communication, let us be polite. Let us stretch forth compliment first, and with regard to the status of the person we are interacting with, it's very important. I believe we have learned something. The subject is English language. The topic is compliment. Topic. Sorry. Sorry about that. Compliment. Simple compliment. Or simple greeting. Greeting. It's all about greeting. Compliment, greeting. So I believe we have learned something this evening, and we'll still come back for more of this lesson. I hope you stay tuned.